Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name's Beth, and if you're new, welcome. I was asked about a pincushion recently, so I thought I would put a pincushion together and then show you one of the strangest supplies that's in my sewing room. I will never have to purchase it again. I bought some and it's going to last me a long time. So let's get started. Here are some of my pincushions. They float around my sewing room and I always have one nearby. This is the one I was asked about, this pincushion made with half square triangles. I made it quite a while ago using leftovers from a project. And then here's the box full of triangles. Some are already half square triangles left over, just cut off from a larger half square triangle, and then some are just triangles, but I know I have this beautiful stash to work with, and today I'm going to choose some half square triangles out of here to make another pincushion. And here's a smaller box with leftover half square triangles from a particular quilt I was working on not too long ago, and I have so many of these I can probably get quite a large project out of these, so I kept them all together. And here's that strange item that lives in my sewing room. It is crushed walnut shells, and it's purchased at the pet store. It's called a lizard litter. So I keep it all here in this little box with a funnel and a little scoop, and here's the original bag that just kind of deteriorated as it was stored away, so I had to put it in a more sturdy bag. And here are some of those half square triangles. I went through and tried to choose some that I wanted to use today in my pincushion. I have some here with plaids, and they're all very similar in size, so I won't have to do much trimming, and I'll sew this little 9 patch together. I was able to trim all of these little half square triangles to 1 3/4 inch using my small ruler, and I lined up that diagonal line of my ruler with the seam to get these little half square triangles squared up. It didn't take very long to sew all of these half square triangles together, into a 9-patch, and since I'm using my older featherweight machine, I needed a leader and an ender, so I'm still piecing some 2.5-inch squares together, and it's just interesting to me to see the size difference. 2.5 inches doesn't seem that much bigger, but when you compare it to that 1 3/4 inch of these little tiny half square triangles, it's just, they look huge. But here's my little 9-patch, and I dug around in my little box and I found a half square triangle with this beautiful fabric. It was the only one with this fabric, and I really kind of want to admire that green and pink together, so I'm going to use it for the backing of my pincushion. After sewing all the way around and leaving a small opening, I trimmed the corners, and then I turned my little pincushion right side out. I worked right over that little storage container and put some of that crushed walnut shell into my little pincushion, and when it was full, I added one more thing before stitching it up. I found a little piece of batting to add right inside that opening so that when I am hand stitching this closed, the lizard litter, the crushed walnut shells, it's just a little bit less likely that they will be spilling out. So I added a little piece of batting, and then I closed this up with a needle and thread. Here's my crushed walnut shell, the bag of crushed walnut shells. You can see that this little bag is going to last me a very long time making pincushions. I don't know how many pincushions I can make out of this bag, but I will never have to buy it again. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.